Round 4 at Imola tested the grid like never before. The technical, narrow layout punished mistakes from the very start. When Chris Hill crashed at Tamburello, JD Daniel picked up a penalty for aggressive contact, and Nathan Ray recovered from trouble of his own to take yet another GTP victory. In GT3 Pro, Christian Youngwall rose to the challenge and claimed the victory, while Miguel Rivas triumphed in GT3 AM after a composed drive in the chaos. Now the mountains of Austria set the scene. The Red Bull Ring, short, fast, and relentless, is the stage for round 5. We go green in Spielberg, live next on ASN. Our venue for this evening is the virtual Red Bull Ring, nestled in the Styrian Hills. This 2.68-mile circuit may be short in distance, but it demands perfection. With just 10 corners, the lap is defined by heavy braking zones, steep elevation changes, and flat-out acceleration zones that keep cars pinned to the limit. The format for the SimCAR Grand Am Series is as follows. We are finishing open practice now, which leads us into a 20-minute qualifying session to determine the grid for our 1-hour race this evening. The first 10 minutes of qualifying are reserved exclusively for the GTP class, before the GT3 Pro and AM fields receive the track to themselves for the remaining 10 minutes. The 2025B season of the SimCAR Grand Am Series continues tonight live on the Automotive Sports Network. With Bryan Sawyer in the production truck, and also next to me in the commentary box, my name is Josh Mertz as we welcome you to Spielberg in Austria. Mr. Bryan Sawyer, after the technical gauntlet of Imola, we come to a circuit now that is all about pure speed and bravery. How are you, and what are your thoughts about tonight?
I am super excited about tonight, Josh. This is one of my favorite tracks on the service. I always have a good time here. It's pretty much the track anytime a new car comes out, I take that car too. I know it like the back of my hand. It's a lot of fun to drive. Definitely some technical parts, but it's a little forgiving. A lot of runoff in the sand, but you'll lose a lot of spots if you go off the track and into the sand. But it's going to be a good time tonight.
We already have doubled the GTP field that we had last week in Imola. Just want to remind everyone that the 2025 Drivers' Championship, proudly presented by Penguin RC Simulation, trusted by racers for their unbeatable support, rock-solid product guarantees, and high-performance sim gear. When you want equipment that you can rely on lap after lap, Penguin RC Simulation delivers every time. As SimCAR is proud to race alongside Too Fast Racing, a massive sim community built on the high-octane world of Beam NG drag racing, now taking on iRacing with over 14,000 members. From the drag strip to the curves here at SimCAR, Too Fast Racing is where speed lives. Lambert Designs is the official graphic sponsor for SimCAR. From promotional materials to custom paint liveries, Lambert Designs has it all. For more information, join the SimCAR Discord and contact Brandon Lambert. And finally, the fight for the team's championship in each class is brought to you by Mr. Patches, makers of custom patches that let you wear your racing pride. And this season, they're putting $50 on the line for each class's winning team. And from the track to your jacket, Mr. Patches has you covered. You know what, Brian? What do we got now? Do we have programming notes? Do we have points? What do we want to take a look at as we are getting close to entering qualifying?
We're going to go ahead and hit the points real quick. They're unofficial on our end, but I know they're pretty close to being right. We got for the GTP standings, Nathan Ray at 180, JD Daniel in second place, 156, Christopher Hill, 152. That's a good battle for second. Steve Baker, 96, Daniel Smith, 94, Sean Rogers, Zachary Goddard, Matt Johnston, Jonathan Shorter, and Nate Siefker rounding out the top 10. And that's going to be nice because a lot of those guys are packed tonight, so we'll see some movement in that. We'll head over to the GT3 AM, where we got a close little battle here. 147 to 133 between Marwan Mafta and John Ebersol, Miguel Rivas, Daniel Miglin, Brian Son, Josh Sussy, Lance Williams, Rob Edgel, Eric Dubois, and Jason Lynn rounding out the top 10. And then in GT3 overall, Matt Kingsbury 147, Romain Rateau 134, Kevin Fanning 121, John Ebersole, Marwan Mafta, Daniel Miglin, Chandler Rubeck, Miguel Rivas, Christian Youngwall, and Brandon Lambert finishing out that top 10. I know qualifying is just starting, Josh, so you figure out who's going to be on track first, and we're going to hit the programming notes real quick. We'll just hit the full thing. Coming up Saturday, we have the NASA Rallycross World Championship. That's round one. That's going to be you and me. We're going to finish out Daytona week. It's been chaos all week with the inverted grid, so it's going to be a good time. And we're right back to it. Week 2 with the lights and the futures on Sunday. Future starts at 8. That's not broadcasted, but come race with us. And lights are on at 9. That's going to be me and Josh Darnell. We're going to Charlotte. Monday, Justin Robichaux and I are staying at Charlotte. That's going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then we're back here next week. Next Thursday at Zandvoort. 9:15 Eastern. And Josh, who's on track first?
We got JD Daniel on track first in the Porsche. Behind him, Nathan Ray, the man who has won every race so far this season in GTP, but it has been calamity. It's not been an easy season for Nathan Ray, especially last week in Imola when, Bryan, it didn't seem like anyone wanted to win that race. And we only had 3 cars, and they all found excuses to not win the race.
Yeah, Christopher Hill last week was gifted. I mean, there was only 3 of them. He was gifted the lead twice, and he didn't want it. He might want it this week, because he's fast in this GTP. So, see how this goes.
Looking through practice times, Nathan Ray was a 1:19.569, JD Daniel 1:19.590, Steve Baker 1:19.636. So a couple cars within the 10th of a second as these guys begin their qualifying runs here at the Red Bull Ring in Austria. Such a wonderful circuit, like you mentioned earlier on. Circuit got revitalized in the Formula One World Championship back in 2014. It was dormant, Bryan, from 2003 until then. Red Bull bought the track, repaved it, revitalized it, and now the Austrian Grand Prix alive and well. And, obviously, we have this wonderful scan.
I'm wondering how many dive bombs
racing
we're going to see in that turn we just went through. I think it's technically turn 3. I call it turn 2. It's tight.
Well, I can tell you that in the real world they dive bomb. We saw Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc 2022. We saw, Lando Norris and Max Verstappen last year. It's always calamity. Who can forget Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton in 2015 when Nico straight-lined the corner and Lewis turned in and Nico said it was my corner, which he decided that he could straight-line it. I digress. But we will see some action in turn 3 all evening long. And it's the sweeping section. Is JD Daniel up and over the hill into the penultimate corner. That pit entry, if we see green flag pit stops, Bryan, going to be super interesting because you kind of have to sacrifice the penultimate corner to make that work. But while you're doing that, there are cars full steam ahead behind you. We might see some chaos there.
Yeah, JD Daniel finishing his lap 1:21.9. Probably going to get, 3 or 4 laps? Screamers out here, and then they'll reset. Christopher Hill 1:22.6. Steve Baker 1:27.2.
Cody Crosgrove, his first lap did not count in the 18. The Canadian, we have Zach Goddard off the road in the final corner. Let's try and pick up Daniel Smith across the line in the 0.5. His lap doesn't look like it counts either, so we're 3-3 split on lap counts, and it's going to be tricky because you've got, obviously, the racing surface. You have the monstrous red and white curbs on corner exit, and sometimes you can utilize the AstroTurf on the corner exit, but sometimes iRacing says, nope, just kidding, and like we've documented, you get a 0x for off-track or contact, whatever it is, and your lap's invalidated.
Yeah, let me see if I can go find it real quick, Josh. Is it turn... I think it's turn 10 here. I'm not going to be able to see anything better. Turn 10, the final turn, you come out so fast and so wide, your car just wants to go out into the green. It's so easy to pick up a 1X there. I think I'll make a better note of it once we get to, once Daniel Smith here gets to there. I think we'll go on board.
Tell you what, if we're riding on board here, let's pick up Nathan Ray and ride on board with him and enjoy this lap or so here in Austria. Across the line for Ray, finishes his lap, goes to P1, and that is a 1:23.52. JD Daniel responds by just over 2/10 behind. So these two looking good. Chris Hill cuts that gap. It's a 1/10.5 from Ray to Hill, and a further 0.5 back to JD Daniel. And you can tell, Bryan, these top three have ran this car all season. You've got the other three guys trying to hang with them, just under a 0.5 second behind.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen Goddard back in the GTP since week 1. Week 1 or 2.
As Daniel Smith crosses the line, 1:21.2 is his last lap. Cosgrove's lap does not count again. He begins his third lap. Smith sits in 5th in class. So if I'm looking at this correctly, Cosgrove is labeled as... So we have 7 then. 7 GTPs.
Yes, we do.
So it's going to be a good race.
You know whom I'm excited to see? We got a new name. Old name to us, new name to the series back on the grid. Tyler Cato.
Yeah, I recognized his name when he popped into the Discord, and I said, oh, it's back to Torque names, huh?
Yeah.
So we've got some guys joining from there. Awesome to see.
He's a good driver over there. Excited to see him over here.
As Nathan Ray crosses the line, 1:20.1, so he has gone quicker. Who responds? JD Daniel crosses the line, 1:20.008. He goes P1 by a 1/10 second as these guys begin to roll in these times. 1:19.7 for Steve Baker, P1 in car number 2. The track is evolving, and these guys gaining lots of pace as Daniel Smith will round the final corner in the 95. What will he set? 1:20.8. So he is a 1.5 seconds off of Steve Baker.
And I'm going to roll it back real quick. We're going to go slow-mo on this curve here. This is what I was talking about earlier. Your car, especially the GT3s, they want to go so wide here. It is so easy to pick up incident points. You touch that green just a little too much with your tire. Instantly, you're getting the X. Your lap is deleted.
As GT3s are allowed to queue up at the end of the pit lane, as we're getting close to the end of the GTP qualifying. I'm looking at Nathan Ray again in the 35 across the line, 1:19.999, and he goes P2 by 2.5 behind Steve Baker. Will Baker improve? JD Daniel, his lap did not count, trying to find Baker on
is just
track.
Pulling over.
Or
so he's not going to improve. Yeah, he's not going
There's
to.
no
improve.
point to if Nathan Ray set that lap. Let's see Daniel Smith here across the line in the 95. Will he improve? 1:20.1, big improvement, but he only goes to P4.
JD Daniel finishing his lap.
Zach Goddard will cross the line, 1:23.0 for the man from West Virginia. We've got Cosgrove rounding the middle of the track, and he spins it in the 18. Well, he had it spun, but he saved it. And Cosgrove has not had any luck. He will start 7th, last in class. If I recall correctly, he's going to be 7th on the road. He won't be buried in GT traffic, that's for sure. As Nathan Ray, can he respond? to Steve Baker, crossing the line. 1 minute 20.4. It doesn't look like it counted, or at least he didn't improve. As Daniel crosses the line, green flag is out for the GT3s here in Spielberg. Kevin Fanning first on track again, just like last week, Bryan. Romain Rateau, Matt Kingsbury, Brandon Lambert, Damon Mitchell. Good to see the cross-pollination, like you mentioned with Torque and SimCAR. Damon Mitchell ran in NASA Rallycross Futures last season. Good to see him on track here in SimCAR. As Miguel Rivas, last week's AM Class winner as well. Just want to give a shout out to Whiplash SimCams as providing all the camera shots for all of the ASN shows. Thank you, Andrew Cardinale IV, for all the work that you have done to help us out. And who are we looking at, Bryan?
Kevin
Fanning. In the Corvette, Matt Kingsbury in the McLaren behind him. We've got another Corvette, Brandon Lambert, a Porsche of Romain Rateau, a Porsche of John Majoribanks. John Majoribanks last week, Bryan, was a one-man highlight reel, tried multiple times into turn one, the Tamburello chicane back in Imola, to make moves. Never sealed the deal, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
As we begin qualifying for the GT3 cars, let's ride on board Fanning and enjoy a lap, especially with this beautiful roar of the Corvette. Final couple of corners here in Austria. Kevin Fanning in the 911 over the curb a bit too far. I don't know if that's going to give him an issue with an off track, but across the line for the 911, 130.340. He is the benchmark as the field begins to roll through. Matt Kingsbury 0.8 down on Fanning. As John Majoribanks, also 0.8 down, goes to second. Christian Youngwall goes to fourth. Look at Kingsbury in the McLaren. Next car to finish a lap. Miguel Rivas crossed the line, 131.5. Abersol, 131.8. Lunan, 133.1. Jason Lynn, 133.4. Klaus Kreutzer, 133.5. Dubois, 136.1, as there was a massive cluster of cars crossing the line. Brian Sohn crosses the line, 132.0, as he goes to fourth in the AM class, 14th overall. Josh Sussey beginning his first lap. Thomas Siros beginning his first lap, it looks like, in one of the MEKA cars, car number 10. And then it's Kevin Fanning, who's the leader of this train in the 911. So if we're looking at this correctly, there are 4, 5, 6, let's call it 8 or 9 Pro Class cars. As Fanning crosses the line, 129.7. A second and a half up. Now a second up on Matt Kingsbury as Kingsbury goes to second spot. Brendan Lambert went to third for the moment, but then it's Majority Banks, Rateau, Kingsbury, Youngwall, top
About
five
to
right
have
now.
a whole train come through.
As Rivas crosses the line, Cartwright crosses the line, 130.9. We'll just let the timing tower become a Christmas tree. Rivas goes to P1, Cartwright to P2. We had somebody go P4, it was Klaus Kreutzer. It's lighting up like a Christmas tree, Brian, and I can't even keep track of all these cars.
Yeah, it's bouncing all over. I think we're just going to end up reading it once the train comes through.
That's probably the only way it's going to be. Mitchell crosses the line, Moftaw crosses the line, Kevin Garcia, Rob Edgel, Brian Sohn.
All right, we got about 30 seconds to get through. Click through this ticker real quick before Kevin Fanning gets around. So GT3 Pro class: Kevin Fanning, John Majori Banks, Romain Rateau, me, Christian Youngwald, Damon Mitchell. It's still swapping around. Kieran Forrest, something like that. We're going to go over to the GT3 AM with Miguel Rivas, Jeff Cartwright, Thomas Siros, Marwan Moftaw, Glass Cruiser, John Ebersol, Brian Son, Rob Edgel, Daniel Miglin, Jason Lynn, Chris Lunan, Josh Sussy, Eric Dubois, Kevin Garcia, Travis DeFlumer.
So while you were saying that, Kevin Fanning has gone even quicker, 1 minute 29.4. He is the only GT car in the 1 minute 29. Never mind, Romain Rateau, P1, 129.3 for the Frenchman. Christian Youngwall goes to fourth. Crossing the line, Rivas. His lap doesn't count. Cartwright crosses the line, 130.5. Kreutzer crosses the line, 31.0. Ebersol across the line. As Cartwright goes to P1 in the AM class, he's got Kingsbury between him and Rivas. Across the line is Ebersol.
I don't know who just flew off the track behind Rateau, but that was an interesting look.
Cato queued up on audio, saying that his bad, so I'm going to assume that was him.
I was talking to Romain.
Mitchell, done and dusted.
I was talking to Romain earlier today. He said, he's like, yeah, I love the Porsche. It's my favorite car. I cannot drive anything but the Porsche. It is my love. I said, I can't do it. The rear engine is scary to me. It's too much car for me. I'll stick with my safe little mid-engines.
Really quick, let's pick up Kevin Fanning. Overextending the final corner. Can he find that time against Romain Rateau? Crosses the line, 129.390. No, he doesn't. By 0.016 of a second between them. Spectacular stuff, and we haven't even gotten to the race yet. As Lambert goes to P3 in the Pro class, 4/10 off of Romain Rateau. If these two keep that up, it'll be a good time in that class. As Miguel Rivas off the final corner, crossing the line, 130.1 in the Mustang. He goes to P1 in the AM class, P4 in the GT3 field as a whole. Klaus Kreutzer goes to the second position in class, and that's 3/10 between Rivas and Kreutzer. Forest. Good to see Big Dog on track. Haven't seen him in quite some time in the 42. Chris Lunan behind him as we stay focused on Kreutzer. And the blinding TWRS Corvette. We're going to tell Eric Dubois to tone down on the blinding
a little bit.
chrome.
He's putting down good pace, though. I'm impressed to see him up there in P2 for AM.
About a minute and 15 left in qualifying here for the SimCAR Grand M Series at the Red Bull Ring.
Crosses line. Does he do anything? 132. No. Nowhere near anything. And actually, it did not count.
Crosses the line. 129.4 for Brandon Lambert. He goes to P2, or P3, sorry.
He stays P3.
0.089 away.
John Majori Banks, though.
Banks goes to fourth.
Youngwall the fifth. Oh my God, it is. They are all glued to each other, time-wise.
130.2. Thomas Siros and Miguel Rivas, 0.091 between them in the AM class.
If I'm the TWRS team, I'm lining all my cars up together. We're going 4 wide. We're blinding the rest of the field.
I love it. As the field runs through, these guys are going to have their last laps because flying laps do count. It's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Checkered flag being flown by Barney at the start-finish line.
Marwan Mafta is going to be the last car on track that gets an actual lap in.
The Egyptian in the Corvette. Kevin Garcia has parked it in turn number 2. Christian Youngwall off the road in the middle of the lap, so he's not going to be able to finish this lap. He's pushing so hard. And Bryan, you get to the point, there's 2 thought processes here, and I think we've touched about this in NASA shows, but you could drive off the track, right? And you could either park the car knowing you've messed up, or you can keep pushing, because if you're just in the zone, you never know. iRacing might not have counted it. Crossing the line is Rateau, lap doesn't count. Majority Banks, the lap doesn't count.
Is if I'm Mafta, I really need to be pushing it. He's all the way back in 8th in AM, and he's the AM points leader right now. It's not by much. Actually, on my screen, it's by 1. I don't know why my graphic was a little bit wrong there, but I'm showing him at 134 and John Ebersol at 133. So,
Right, went 1 minute 30.0.
Yeah, Ebersol just popped up to P5, so Mafta needs some speed here.
Jason Lynn crosses the line. The lap does not count. Ryan Sohn across the line. We stay focused on Mafta for the moment. The Egyptian
way
wide
too wide
in the final corner.
That's way too wide.
Over the red and white curb across the line, and 131.8. So it did count.
That's insane.
At least from what I can see.
Yeah, it looks like
that's what I was saying. You never know when it's going to count or when it's not. So that is qualifying done and dusted.
So we know they're going to go to
here in
quick
Austria.
break, just like us, because they're going to go to a warm up. And
so we will step aside and go ASN nonstop. We'll be back for the green flag here in Austria.
Find a coffee.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to nordvpn.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds it.
Side between these two in turn one. This is going to get spicy.
Exiting turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap clock at the inside line. McFarland contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. From the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn one, up Betty to the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. The grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Ronnie's going to spot. We welcome you back to round 5 of the SimCAR Grand Am Series from the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg in Austria. With Bryan Sawyer in the production truck and also next to me in the commentary box, my name is Josh Mertz, live on the Automotive Sports Network as we are finishing warm-up and getting ready to roll here in Austria. Just a reminder, if you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube. According to Bryan, we're on the dark web, no matter where you're at. ASN TV USA. If you'd like your content broadcasted or if you'd like to join the team, ASNTVUSA.com. We get ready to grid, Bryan, and take us through our grid as we have cars on track.
All right, well, our GTP grid is Steve Baker, JD Daniel, Nathan Ray, Daniel Smith, Christopher Hill, Zachary Goddard, Cody Crossgrove. GT3 Pro is Romain Rateau, Kevin Fanning, Brandon Lambert, John Majoribanks, Christian Youngwall, Matt Kingsbury, Damon Mitchell, Kieran Forrest. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for them. And then for the GT3 AM, Miguel Rivas, Thomas Cyrus, Jeff Cartwright, Kevin Garcia, John Ebersol, Brian Song, Klaus Kreuzer, Marwan Mafta, Jason C. Lynn, Eric Dubois. And is that it for that? It's not advancing, so that might be it. So we go ahead and we go look at our grid.
Is everybody on track? We await safety car to roll. Apparently there's people trying to get out of the way for Cody Crossgrove. Yeah, they're backing up to let Cody Crossgrove go through. It confused me as well, quite frankly. Not sure what entirely is. Yeah,
somebody must have hit on the session, grid them as out of class order, so Cody got sent to the back since he didn't set a lap time. And you definitely don't want a GTP car to start all the way back there.
I like chaos, so I would have definitely enjoyed watching Crossgrove sneak his way through the field. Steve Baker, JD Daniel on the front row of the grid. Daniel Smith, Nathan Ray, Chris Hill, Zach Goddard, Cody Crossgrove, 7 GTPs. I've got the healthy mix of GT3 cars. So 7 GTPs, a total field of 32 cars here this evening at the Red Bull Ring. The Everyone warming up their tires and getting ready to go. Just a reminder, not sure if you want to pull this up, Brian, while we're pacing really quick. Programming notes. Just the overall one, not for the series specifically. We do have...
You're going to have to give me a moment. I don't know where that is.
That is okay. Did you just break everything already?
No, I didn't break everything. I just didn't want to... I didn't want to block out the whole screen or the whole thing, so there it is.
NASA Rallycross World Championship on Saturday, seeing if Evan McFarland can begin 5 championships in a row. That's going to be 2 p.m. Eastern at Daytona. Bryan Sawyer, myself, Josh Mertz. The next day, the NASA Rallycross Lights World Championship will be at Charlotte. You'll have Josh Darno, Bryan Sawyer for that at 9 p.m. Eastern. NASA Rallycross Contenders, you'll have Justin and Bryan on Monday. And then we're back for the SimCAR Grand Am Series at Zandvoort in the Netherlands. As we get ready to roll here in Austria. 32 cars here this evening. It's going to be super fun to watch. Steve Baker, JD Daniel in the front row of the grid, points leader, and the winner of the last 4 races, Nathan Ray, in third, which isn't the end of the world, but you don't get a good start. This track, very difficult to pass. As one car missed the start, it was John Ebersole in the 69. As we crest the hill to the final couple of corners. The safety car will pull off. Not sure what's going to happen here this evening, but all we can say is get the hard hats and the gloves and the glasses and get ready to roll with us. Thanks for joining us on ASN as we get ready to go green in Spielberg in Austria. Green flag off the line. What a jump from Baker. Cleared Daniel. Ray gets past as well down to turn number 1. Daniel looks to the inside. Chris Hill and Daniel Smith side by side with Cosgrove and Goddard in the back of the GTPs. Into GT3, Rateau got a good start over Fanning. Down to turn 1, Lambert files in. GTP's minding their own business. Will we have chaos in the GT3 field? We're 3 wide with Youngwall, Cartwright, and Majori Banks who backed out of it. Side by side between Kingsbury and Garcia. Side by side, Mitchell and Sohn. Mitchell came across nearly into Sohn. As positions swapping all over through the first couple of corners. GTP is minding their own business except for Zach Goddard exiting turn 3. He has looped it in the 29, Bryan. As Cartwright over the curve in turn 3, nearly into Youngwall. Jory Banks trying to take the fight to him. Kingsbury and Garcia down the back straightaway into turn number 5. Another good overtaking opportunity here. And Kingsbury looks side by side, deep on the brakes. Can he try and get Majori Banks? No. Garcia on the outside, one off the track in front of him. It's Cartwright. He comes back, no issue. We're 3 wide for the moment, though, with Garcia the meat in the sandwich. No contact between his teammate Cartwright. Chaos, Bryan, 1 around. I spoke too soon, 2 around. Spinning in sympathy as Cartwright, as his teammate Garcia went off the road.
And like I said, Josh, the sand, you got a lot of runoff. It's nice and forgiving, but you're going to lose a hell of a lot of spots. It takes quite a while to get out of the sand safely and keep that car from spinning a second time.
Right.
Up front, though, JD Daniel running down Nathan Ray.
As Romain Rateau is all over the rear wing, Kevin Fanning for the GT3 field.
Nathan Ray way off
down
the track.
To turn
he might get
one.
a slowdown for that one. He went way over the yellow curb. But she did it smart. I mean, you don't want to drive over that curb, especially in the prototype cars. It's a very big bump. So if you're going to go wide, just go all the way around it and then come back on track when it's safe.
Daniel and Ray have dueled all season long for this GTP championship. Ray runs it wide. Daniel sneaks to the inside. Side by side into turn 7. And into 8. Overcorrecting as Ray. He saved it. Closes the door. Holds the lead. Up the hill. Steve Baker sat on pole position. Back to the 3rd spot. Daniel follows Ray through these final couple of corners. Dirty air, no downforce. Not having a fun time. And Nathan Ray again with the slight wiggle on corner exit Bryan. Utilizing all the curb and then some on turn in. Chris Hill battling Daniel Smith. As Kevin Fanning, Romain Rateau still dueling away in the GT3 class. Everyone minding their own business for the most part. I say that as off the road goes Pascucci.
Jeff Cartwright making the pass in the back on Pascucci because he went off track. It looks like Ebersol might get it also, and yep, he does too. Pascucci's mistake cost him 2 positions. Ryan Son chasing down the back of Klaus Kreuzer. It's got to be very hard to see in that car with all that chrome.
Slightly blinded, maybe. It's a strategy from the GWRS boys to have massively chrome cars. Lynn and Kato battling mid-pack. I want to keep my eyes on the mid-pack in GT3. There's a mix of some AM guys. There's a mix of some pro guys. There's a caterpillar, as you like to say, of cars in the mid-pack. Fanning and Rateau at the sharp end, very close together. And Nathan Ray has gapped JD Daniel in GTP, so let's stay focused on this battle between Fanning and Rateau. Rateau cleaner apex, Nathan Ray sets fastest lap. Terrific. Love it. Pick a car, Bryan. All yours.
I'm going to stay up with Romain. Because Romain was 2/10 off the back of Fanning. It doesn't look like 2/10 though. Looks like their bumpers are almost glued together at some turns here.
Last lap is a 30.74, 30.79 for those guys. They reset fastest lap again. 1 minute 30.1 to a 1 minute 30.1, Bryan. Brandon Lambert 3/10 off of them that last time around. These two glued together. Thomas Siros as well. So it's Silverback Racing versus MEKA Esport in the top 4 positions. So we've got Corvette Porsche, and Corvette McLaren for Siros. And Lambert got really close in turn 3 there, Bryan. Very late on the brakes is the American from Alabama.
Who's from Alabama?
Number 5. Brandon Lambert.
Heck yeah.
That was with no spreadsheet. That's just 12 years of NASA knowledge in my brain. As a Rivas, I had a Youngwall. Kingsbury from Connecticut.
Timing lied.
He was off the road last time I saw.
He must have just got past, so. Miglin and Kato, though.
Miglin and Kato. Miglin let Kato by. GTPs. Damon Mitchell is being lapped by Chris Hill. Not sure what happened. We must have missed it. Apologies for that. But Bryan, let's head back up front because Rateau and Fanning, I don't want to say glued together again to repeat what I said, but these guys are ebbing and flowing. One guy gets ahead, the other guy closes up. This is fascinating to watch. Rateau, 1 minute 30.219 to a 1 minute 30.205 for Fanning, 1 minute 29.8 for Lambert, 4/10 up. He might be the beneficiary in this battle, Bryan. Slipstreaming through 2 and up the hill to turn 3. Easy to make a dive bomb like we talked about earlier. Here comes Romain to the inside in the Porsche, deep on the brakes, and he made it stick, but he can't make the spot up. That was crazy. I didn't expect that car to stop.
Yeah, you can get the car up on the inside of that turn and this next turn. You can stick the nose in a little bit, and I like right here to follow the car wide and try and throw it in on the inside. Especially if somebody's following the default driving line, it likes to drive you out wide. And these cars definitely can make it make the turn a little tighter than that. You don't want to carry too much speed though and run into one of these sand traps. We've seen it already this night.
We won't deviate from the GT3 battle because they are still looking great. Rateau looking to the inside. No way into the penultimate corner. He just peeks his nose in, say, hey, I'm here. I'm going to make a move. GTPs are beginning to lap these guys. So this is going to be interesting from that class's standpoint. Where you can catch the guy. Where would you want to catch him? One of the straightaways, obviously. Don't try and get stuck in the middle sector. Rateau slipstreaming down to turn 1, Bryan.
He's not trying to make a move there. We know back from back when we were doing the Toyota series, He liked to peek the car out just to see his braking point. He didn't want to rely on the car in front of him. He wants to know exactly where it is. So he peeks out just a little bit and says, oh, there it is. Okay. I know when I can do it. Gets back in line and knows when he needs to brake. It definitely scares the car in front of you, though. You go, oh, they go, uh-oh, he's going. And sometimes it throws him off. Gives you that opportunity to get it in there and make the pass.
So I've got some slight inside baseball with my setup, and I promise it'll tie together. It's very hard for me to read lap times as I'm streaming iRacing from 3 hours away on my MacBook. But if I'm reading this correctly, 1 minute 30.264 for Rateau, 1 minute 30.294 for Lambert, 1 minute 30.264 for Thomas Siros, and Fanning was a 30.3, Brian. This is getting fascinating for the top, let's call it 4 in GT4.
You may be getting old, Josh, but your eyes are still good. You read all those just fine.
I got my, well, it's really fuzzy and it's been lagging because I'm using my iPhone's hotspot. There's a picture in the NASA Discord of how this setup is. All I can say is Apple's great, not a sponsor. It's all fantastic. I want to
pop back up to
here.
I want to pop back up to the GT3 battle. Steve Baker looks like he's trying to make a move on JD Daniel. He is about a 10th off.
These guys are
these
weaving through traffic.
Yeah. We're 7 laps in. We're on traffic. Estimated 45 laps, so we should have to cut through traffic 7, maybe 8 times tonight. That's quite a bit of coming through the traffic. Last week we were running, what, 30 laps, and we only looped the traffic 3 times?
We caught him after lap 10. We caught him on lap 10-ish. Then we had an incident, I think it was 15, it was 20. They never got a real second opportunity to catch traffic.
Yeah, so, I mean, if all stays clean, there's 8 times we're going to be lapping everybody. So that's a lot.
They are in the back half, entering the middle sector.
So if you look at this track map, there's a lot of straight. There's a lot of straight and nice flowing curves, and these cars are just able to take advantage of that much higher maximum speed.
Are you able to put on that graphic the class leaders, or maybe they're there and I just can't see them?
Who were followed? I can try. It's not always the nicest to me. Nope, it's not going to do it tonight.
Totally fine. So, I know we're focused on that GTP battle. JD Daniel swoops past the lapped car, put one in between him and Steve Baker. Kevin Fanning, they're beginning to creep into the 1 minute 29s. Top 4 are in the 1 minute 29 bracket. I cannot keep my eyes off of this GT3 battle.
Oh my goodness. How fast Steve Baker just comes up onto the back of those cars when they're braking. It's like we're in a Assetto Corsa playing no hezzy.
Wow. And that's the thing. Now, Ray, Daniel, and Baker caught in lap traffic. While we want to focus on this GT3 battle, we're going to be seeing it if we stay focused on the GTPs for long enough. Ray dispatches of Rivas, looks at Youngwall. Daniel tries to follow him through. Youngwall closes the door. Remember, you're new to GT3 and mixed class racing. You got to mind your own business as the slower car. Just don't get in the way of the faster guys.
And here we are.
All of that fun stuff.
I think we're coming up through one of the MEKA cars. That's not this battle, is it?
That's Siros is the first car in shot of the MEKA car. This is Fanning, Rateau, Lambert, and Siros. Gets out of the way of the GTP battle. So now you've got both class leads in the same shot. Fanning and Rateau, Ray and Daniel. And it's all down. Can't emphasize that enough. At a track like this, it is all down to where you find the traffic and where you get by them. Ray will dispatch.
Oh, look at that!
Of everybody.
1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3.
Daniel
all coming.
does as well for the moment. Here comes Baker. They clear the GT3s, and the race has been reset now. So here comes Chris Hill onto the grass in the 101.
Chris Hill said, "Don't leave me behind. I'm coming, guys." Same thing with Cody Crossgrove.
M-Class.
Cody Crossgrove getting
M-Class battle. There's a second and a half between those guys. Sorry to cut you off, Brian. Second and a half between the GT3 AM guys. So they're minding their own business here for the most part. We've lost Damon Mitchell from the session. in the 27. Nathan Ray continues to lead overall. Baker's all over the rear wing of Daniel. The GT3s have minded their own business, and the GTPs have gotten by them as we are rolling through here in Austria, about 15 minutes in.
If I'm Kevin Fanning, I kind of appreciate those GTPs coming through. It got Romain a couple tenths further back, but it got Brandon Lambert almost a second off of me. It just gave me a little bit of breathing room.
There's Daniel Smith looking to the inside of the penultimate corner, backs up the corner, infiltrates this battle of the GT3s into the final corner. Fanning looked like he was committed because of the late move from Smith. Here comes Rateau, bump drafting him down the main straightaway to the Niki Lauda curve, turn 1. Rateau loves this. Fanning says, why did you have to make the move there? And here comes Lambert in the 46.
GTPs give, the GPTs take.
I would even elaborate on that and say that's in general with all this multi-class action.
Yeah.
Here comes Rateau to the inside into turn 3. He tried it once before. He's going to try it again. Deep on the brakes. The car gets woed down. Fanning's got the run off the corner. We're side by side down the backstretch to turn number 5.
Yeah, he's still going to have the inside of this turn, and it's a much, if he can maintain it, it's going to stick on this turn. It's a much easier turn to finish the pass on. And there it is.
5 takes the spot. Rateau to the lead. A little help from his friend Daniel Smith in the 95. So now, Brian, if I'm Kevin Fanning, I'd be super upset. You had a GTP dive bomb you in the final corner. You didn't expect him there, and you lost the lead.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of it, though. Everybody's trying to just own just a little bit more of the track than they need. It happens. It's part of the race. Nothing too egregious.
It's been a reset of our running order right now. Nathan Ray leads by about half a second over JD Daniels. Steve Baker in the 3rd spot. Then it's Cosgrove, Smith, Goddard, and we've lost Christopher Hill, at least according to my timing, internally.
We have lost
Not
Christopher
sure.
Hill.
I can try and roll it back and see what happened.
He must have just dipped out of the session because I don't see anything on my side here.
I'm taking a look off monitor, trying to find him, and I think he just fell out of the session. Yeah, he did. There was no contact or anything like that. That's such a gut-wrenching moment, as obviously it's the equivalent of a equipment failure in the real world. You're driving, you're having a good race, and suddenly, just kidding, car's not going to work anymore due to a connection issue. Up front in GT3, as Goddard, I thought was going to interfere with Rateau and Fanning. Sorry to cut you off. What you got for us?
Oh, it's okay. It was a little dying down for a minute. I want to go back and look at some of these incidents we had from earlier in the race. Eric Dubois, he had a little incident earlier. Just self-spin, didn't hit the wall, so he's okay. Joseph Pascucci, something happened with him. Oh, he just drove into the dirt. You are in the wrong series, Joseph.
Pascucci, NASA is on Sundays and Mondays for you.
Daniel Smith, same thing. It's like I said, the sand traps give you a lot of nice area to just save yourself, but you lose so much time. Oh, that was all the way back on lap 1. There's a Kevin Garcia incident. Actually, I kind of wanted to see that one again. Can I get further back on that one? That was just, yeah. That was just 2 cars sympathy spinning with each other. I think it was Jeff Cartwright and Kevin Garcia just out to the
Speaking of Cartwright, he has crashed heavily in the final corner.
And we'll just go look at that one next.
He bottomed out mid-corner, around he went, didn't lock up the brakes, and backed it into the fence in the 355.
And he just
whenever you have an incident like that, hit the brakes.
He just passed the pit entrance too, so that's unfortunate. He's going to have to tow that all the way back.
We've lost Jason, well, not lost Jason Lynn, but he spun in turn 1, hit the sleeping policeman corner entry, hopped the car up, and lost it. Can we head to the GTP battle?
Yes,
Nathan Ray, JD Daniel, half a second between them. Here comes Steve Baker in car number 2, looking drivers left in the black and yellow against the purple and black of JD Daniel on the outside in the Porsche versus the other Porsche. We're side by side through 3, 1 GT around. It's Eric Dubois and the 000 at Dubois as these two battle for the second spot still. As Daniel and Baker, they nearly touch down the straightaway. Into the braking zone, who's going to be braver? Daniel locked up the rears for the moment, had to mount the curb to get the car to rotate without making contact with Baker. Still fascinating racing. Into turn 6, still side by side. Ray loves this as Daniel fights back on the outside. Baker to second spot. Now real quick though, Brian, we're coming up on Cartwright with no rear wing in that Corvette. The race leaders are. I'd be terrified if I was Ray or Cartwright.
I don't know. I think he won't be that big of an issue.
Yes, he will. He slides in front of the race leader. Oh. No downforce on that rear wing, Brian. Exactly what happens when you turn in. That could have been huge for all parties involved.
Why? I don't even know why he was there. He should have been in pit lane.
Trying to, but like we talked about earlier, you have to back up that corner into the pit entry. You let the gas off with no rear wing, it's over. Looped around he went.
I'm going to go find him real quick. We're going to unprofessionally do this.
I have to take a breath. That was terrifying, and I'm not even driving these cars.
Was he even... Oh, yeah. Okay.
Turn.
He lost it as he was getting... Yeah, he took that turn wide. He's going to try and set it up for entering pit lane. And, yeah. There's no downforce back there, bud.
I want to give a shout out to everyone hanging out with us on ASN Live. Just a quick update as we have a moment, unless, well, it's a battle for second. Baker and Daniel. Got an update on the Sim Gaming Expo broadcast for ASN On Demand. Those are coming, I would say, in the next week or so. Working with the crew there. Get those all chopped up in the coverage that we had at the Sim Gaming Expo in Schaumburg. You'll see it on ASN On Demand within the next week. You'll hear myself and Brian's wonderful voices as Nathan Ray beginning to battle with Steve Baker. They've dispatched to Chris Lunan. Is that JD Daniel flashing his way down the front
JD Daniel
straightaway?
is not happy with Lunan being right there, but Lunan exists. He can't not take the turn. It's not the ideal place you want him to be, but he had to be somewhere.
Nathan Ray dispatches of Ebersol and of De Flamer. And we remember from last week, is De Flamer fighting back with Daniel? He was for the moment. I think it was Daniel that made that move into the penultimate corner last week. And it involved Nathan Ray, and you just have to be patient with these cars. You have the speed. It feels like it's so obvious to say these things, but you have the speed over your GT3 cars. Why are you forcing issues? Bryan Sohn has spun in turn 5. He's up against the wall and back going again now. Toa beginning to gap Fanning about half a second. Lambert 3/10 down. Inside baseball, because I can't remember, is this red box on this timing screen you gave me who we're focused on?
Yes, it is.
Okay, perfect. Not remember.
If anybody else wants to see the live timing,
full course yellow.
Oh.
Full course yellow.
What
Why?
happened?
Evan Garcia. Let's see. Oh, Evan Garcia got hit. Oh no, he hit the curb. Got hit by Kieran in front of the leaders. And if I'm skipping through really quick, that is the cause for the full course caution here in Austria. Interesting that
it has not pulled up on iRacing. Hasn't pulled up on iRacing side yet, so iRacing didn't deem it a big enough accident, but we'll look.
Daniel Migling gets the wave around, so we're looking at Garcia and Forrest. And Garcia had a great run into the penultimate corner, but turned too shallow, clipped the curb, pushed it wide, crossed in front of Kieran, and Big Dog had nowhere to go. Bumped the 505 of
Garcia. I could see it.
He went.
I could see the caution coming out. You see him get hit. You just hit the flag. You don't know where he's going to wind up, and you know the leaders are coming up right behind him. You don't want to ruin all of their race, the leaders' race. And if you see it, in, you know what I mean? If you see it in time, you go, I don't know what's about to happen, but I can hit this flag and make sure I can mitigate some damage there.
That's fair. That's fair. Chief Stewart from NASA Sim Racing, Bryan Sawyer, apparently just came out on our broadcast.
I know, I don't get to hit yellow flags. We can't do those, but hey.
So, 36 minutes left, roughly, and now the field begins the musical chairs of figuring out who goes where, Brian. And John Majori Banks asks, are you following the on-screen instructions? Guys getting waved around, guys staying out of the way. Just want to remind everyone, if you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube. Brian, you think we're on the dark web unless you know,
I know we are. I know we
web.
are.
ASNTVUSA.com. I don't think I want to know. Just a reminder.
It's my real thoughts of races.
Like,
I just re-upload them with all my real thoughts.
I see. Director commentary. That should be on ASN Plus, not the dark web for free. ASNTVUSA.com if you'd like your content broadcast or if you'd like to join the team. Another shout out to Josh Darnell, not only filling in for me when I'm unavailable, but the work on the website is amazing. We have pit stops, Brian.
I'll say unavailable,
in the
man.
GTP class.
We've got your road set up pretty good now. This is 2 weeks now we've been on the road with you, and not too bad.
Well, one of them was
I'm gonna get you a USB hub for
packed.
your real microphone, but it's
That's
pretty good.
That's what we're working on. That's what we're working on next. Not a sponsor, but I got Apple everything set up. iPhone hotspotting. We've got the tablet for the timing. We've got my MacBook remoted in. There's a lot of stuff happening right now. It's a miracle that this is all working. JD Daniel has escaped the pit lane first. Zach Goddard, then Nathan Ray, then Baker, then Crosgrove, and Daniel Smith. As Fanning leads Kingsbury, leads Youngwall out of the pit lane for GT3. Full transparency, I wasn't supposed to be working this show tonight, but I decided to figure it out, and here we are. Glad to be here. It's been an awesome time.
It's fun. I get excited when we find a weird setup that works. A combination of laptops, tablets, and remote desktoping in, and we can make a show happen.
Yeah. It's off of Verizon mobile hotspot that is USB-C cabled into my MacBook. There's a picture on the NASA. It's something. So, we take a little bit of an intermission, have more of a Josh and Brian podcast flair to this conversation. And I guess from the first, let's call it first half, Brian, what do we feel, what are we thinking as we are about to go green short?
I'm thinking the GTPs are very happy that they're going to get sorted out and be in front of all the GT3s again, and they have 7 laps until they're going to run into them.
Lights are on. No, the lights are going to be turned off. We are going green now. A couple corners, but we're going green this time around. Here in Austria. So, JD Daniel leads Zach Goddard, leads Nathan Ray, Steve Baker, Cody Crosgrove, Daniel Smith. Romain Rateau leads, that is correct. He leads in GT3 Pro ahead of Thomas Siros in GT3 AM. So it's MEKA 1-2 in class. And Kevin Fanning 6/10 back. Alrighty, we got a race reset effectively with halfway still to go in Austria. Safety car to pit lane as we go back green in Spielberg. Green flag. As Klaus Kreutzer has sent it to the pit lane, he will be sent to the back of the field. Nathan Ray applying pressure to Zach Goddard into turn number 1. If you're JD Daniel, Brian, you have to take this opportunity and absolutely run for the hills when you have Zach Goddard, who does not have as much track time in these cars, in between you and your rival.
Yeah, Zach Goddard being up front. I mean, he started 6th, fell to 7th, spun on lap 1. He had like an 8-second gap that he clawed back. I mean, he did that on a pit stop though. He got up to 2nd on pits.
Yes, it was all kinds of pit strategy. That's how JD Daniel got ahead of Ray.
He's got
Locked up is Nathan Ray, the point leader, into the dirt, loses a couple spots, back out on track, but he is
Not
back
too bad.
in the back of the GTP field.
It's okay. He's still with his class. He's not 20 cars back or 20 lengths back.
Couple cars side by side, Kato and Majori Banks in the mid pack of the GT3s. We've got Rateau and Ciros battling. Here comes Kingsbury, forcing his way, steamrolling his way past Kevin Fanning to the third spot in the 21. Fanning, Youngwall, Rivas. It's the two MEKA cars pulling out and away from this cluster behind them with Kingsbury, Fanning, and Youngwall. No change up front in GTP, so we stay with this GT3 battle.
It's going to be very nice if you're Romain and Thomas to have your teammates right next to each other. And that would be a pretty impressive finish. Teammates, Pro and Am, finishing 1 and 2 overall for GT3. They both get a class podium, and they both get Ciros gets to walk away with 2 trophies.
Rateau, Ciros, Kingsbury, Fanning, Youngwall, the top 5 in GT3. Here comes Youngwall looking, driver's right for the moment. Backs out of it behind Fanning in the 911. No change for the GTP field. Side by side for the moment was Kato and Movtaw mid-pack. Kato got the spot in turn number 3. Everybody minding their own business for the moment. As we weren't able to do this about a few minutes ago when we wanted to, because there was the yellow flag. So we are going to step aside here on the Automotive Sports Network, but you won't miss a thing. We'll go ASN nonstop from Spielberg.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to NordVPN.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds
By
it.
side between these two in the terminal, this is going to get spicy.
Exiting turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap, clog at the inside line. McFarland contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. From the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn one, up heading to the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. The grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Mertz will hold his spot. Welcome you back to Spielberg in Austria for round 5 of the 2025 SimCAR Grand Am Series. Bryan, Sawyer on the production truck, and also next to me in the commentary box. My name is Josh Mertz, live on the Automotive Sports Network. Real quick, just want to go over a couple of sponsor plugs while we have a moment. At the 2025 Drivers' Championship, proudly presented by Penguin RC Simulation, trusted by racers for their unbeatable support, rock-solid product guarantees, and high-performance sim gear. When you want equipment you can rely on lap after lap, Penguin RC Simulation delivers every time. The SimCAR is proud to race alongside Too Fast Racing, a massive sim community built on the high-octane world of Beam MG drag racing, now taking on iRacing with over 14,000 members. From the drag strip to the curves at SimCAR, Too Fast Racing is where speed lives. Lambert Designs is the official graphic partner for SimCAR. From promotional materials to custom paint liveries, Lambert Designs has it all. For more information, join the SimCAR Discord and contact Brandon Lambert. And finally, the fight for the team's championship in each class is brought to you by Mr. Patches, makers of custom patches that let you wear your racing pride. And this season, they're putting $50 on the line for each class's winning team. And from the track to your jacket, Mr. Patches has you covered. Inside baseball, Bryan Sawyer is messing with me so bad. We have a little screen that can show our cameras, and he's zoomed in on my face. I can't take this seriously. Bryan, take programming notes. I'm going to lose it.
All right. Let me go find the programming notes. I lost them in my hilarity. We had a great battle on during that break. Kind of died down a little bit while I hunt for this. There it is. I have found it. So, Saturday, we got you and me. We're going to Daytona. We're going to NASA Rallycross World Championship. First round, Evan McFarland trying to get the 5th in a row. Kieran Liffland are looking to upset it. Get some new faces in there, see what else can happen. That's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern. Sunday, week 2 starts. It's going to be the Futures and the Lights. Futures are not broadcast, but feel free to race with us at NASASimRacing.com. If you're new to Rallycross, it's the perfect place for you. Lights starts at 9 p.m. Eastern. Monday is Contenders. Justin Robichaux and I, 9 p.m. Eastern. And then next week, where's Zandvoort? 9:15 or 9 Eastern. You and me. That's a track I'm afraid to drive that one.
I assume it's the new scan of Zandvoort with the banked corner. And I don't know how these GTPs are going to handle it. Obviously, they run on Daytona, so that's a little weird of a statement to make. But I just don't know with all the elevation changes and everything. So Zandvoort's going to be a great time. If you like what you see, just a reminder, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network. Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube. I'm going to do this really unprofessionally. I'm going to load into my Brave tab, and I'm going to refresh the stream that I'm watching. And we have... Oh, there's 8. Well, there were 15. Let's just say that all 15 are still here in my heart. Make sure to like the stream for us, as it helps us with the YouTube gods and all of that fun stuff. And we are getting closer. 21 and a half minutes left to go in the race. And let's get a recap here. JD Daniel has now gapped Steve Baker, Bryan, by 4 seconds. It's a further 4 seconds back to Nathan Ray. He's recovered back to third in the 35 as the points leader.
Let's see if I
Romain
can get
Ratteau.
them, let's see if I can see the actual gap in real time here. So this is JD Daniel.
Daniel's beginning to lap the GT3s again.
He's got about a straight between him and Baker. It's not that big of a gap, but it's enough. It should be about the same back. Yep. Okay. It's about 1 straight, so it's not that bad. Tyler Kato's got a black flag. Not quite sure what for. Let's see if anything came through race control. I see a few, but nothing for Kato. So he just might have got 17.
Is Romain Ratteau? What has happened to Ratteau on my timing? Has he dropped out?
He is in the pits.
What has happened as he's pitting? Okay. That's Ratteau and Kato. All I saw was him tumbling down the order, and I'm struggling to figure out where my iRacing is on the computer, so here we are. Kato is disconnected. He has given up the ghost. And Cosgrove back. Cosgrove is on the rear wing of Nathan Ray now. This is not what you need after winning 4 races on the bounce, Bryan, to be nearly off the podium. But if you're JD Daniel, this is exactly what you want to see.
You know who's having the time of his life right now? It's Thomas Siros. P1 overall as an AM car.
GT3, yes, it's huge. Leading the AM subclass and also leading overall in the class at large is Siros in the 10.
Were you able to figure out what happened to Romain Ratteau? He's back. He's moving. Oh, he just pit? That was it?
Yeah, it looked like it was just a regular pit. As soon as you called that, I mean, I'll take a second look at it. Well, it looked like he just...
We saw a lot of cars pit, but... We saw most cars pit, did we not?
He just pitted. Yeah. I think he's short pitting. You got 20 minutes left.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a fuel thing. I don't know. Steve Baker sets fastest lap. 1 minute 20.2 in car number 2. 3 seconds back from Daniel. Turning up the wick here. And just hoping that you come across traffic at the correct times.
Is Thomas pitting also? Yeah, okay, they're short pittings as Thomas just came in. So that's a team strategy. They're doing this together.
I know the MEKA boys are really good on strategy. Always chatting to one another, of course. And I want to take a look. JD Daniel has no traffic for about a straightaway.
Yeah, I can see...
Steve Baker, though, closing in, 2.5 behind.
I can see them both in their channel down there. They're talking to each other, so this is definitely a strategy play from these two. Get back together, use each other, make the most of the race. They must feel comfortable enough jumping all the way back into traffic and having to contend with everything that's going on. But it's been a relatively clean race, so they might not feel too scared about it. Kevin Fanning
changed
makes
for the lead
pass.
in GT3. Fanning passes Youngwall. Youngwall looked like he just moved over. If I roll this back... Oh, no, he didn't just move over. He lost it on entry and saved it. It was just a big wiggle from the 22, the Mercedes-Benz. Now it's Fanning, Youngwall, and Lambert. They've got Kingsbury, but he's stuck behind Goddard in the GTP. 17.5 minutes left to go here in Spielberg. The gap is now 2 seconds from Daniel to Baker. It has been cut in half from 3 laps ago. The 2 car is coming at a high rate of speed. Goddard, speaking of high rate of speed, nearly mowing the lawn in the BMW.
He mowed it a little bit. You can see all the debris flying off of his tires. He picked some of it up.
Fanning and
He said,
Youngwall
I got to get
battle.
by, please and thanks.
The GT3 lead. Now it's going to be interesting. Will these guys have to save? Will they push it to the end and say, screw it, I want to make it, see if I'll make it? Rateau and Ciros are looking good.
I'm
Klaus
thinking they're
pitted,
all
I
gonna-
think, off in the restart.
I think they're going to have to come in again because, I mean, knowing Romain, he's not short pitting for no reason. If he can make it, if there's a way he can make it, and they got teammates, they're going to make it. So I'm really assuming they're all going to have to pit again. Unless it was a setup problem and they did not put enough in, but
I would be astounded if it was a setup problem from those guys. We know how meticulous they are with their rigs and their car setups and everything of that sort. Last time around, Fanning was 0.6 faster than Youngwall. Let's see what it refreshes to for these top two right now, 130.0 to 129.8. And for context, Romain Rateau is heading into the penultimate corner, now, words are hard, in the 23. GTP field, gap is back up to over 3 seconds now from Daniel to Baker, 3.1. Fanning is 0.3 down from Youngwall. Rivas has 4.5 over Moftov. Marwan Moftov from the back of the grid, Bryan. We talked about him in qualifying. Currently sitting second in class.
yeah, he started 8th in class, so that's a good surge. And he definitely needs it. I mean, Ebersol is who he's battling right now for the lead in points. Ebersol's in 3rd, not too far back. Enough.
Real quick,
Okay,
I just want to give a shout out to Andrew Carnale IV and Whiplash SimCams, delivering these great camera shots for all of the ASM broadcasts, no matter if it's SimCAR, if it's NASA, or if it was all of our races at the Sim Gaming Expo. Thank you, Andrew. Facebook.com/WSimCams. I was hoping you'd pull that up because that graphic is gorgeous. Thank you to our friends at Whiplash. Back up front in GT3, Fanning still leads Youngwall. We're still waiting to see if the other shoe's going to drop. If these guys have to pit, will that put Rateau back in the catbird seat at the top of full course caution? What has happened on track? One car around, it's Travis DeFlamer between the two final corners. That was a huge crash because it was John Ebersol, Bryan. Moftov's rival in the AM Class Championship. They come together and they are both out with 14 minutes left on the clock.
They're both out?
They both have damage.
This is John Ebersol having... Oh, wow. What was that? What? We're going to run that back again. This is John Ebersol.
He turned in. The car's already gone. Good night. See ya. And he's sliding and sliding. And Bryan,
he just drove back onto the track.
It goes
He's
back
off.
to what we saw with Cartwright. When you're spinning, hold the brakes. It's not your day. It's over. Stay out of the way.
And yeah, I mean, he's all the way off the track. More than enough time to stop this car. Who's that coming up behind him here?
And that's
not Mofta, because Mofta was in front of him. That's DeFlamer.
It's DeFlamer.
DeFlamer has nowhere to go. Yeah, DeFlamer has nowhere to go. That ends his race. Eversol's race.
Who is that? Is that one of the MEKA cars? No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, Romain, or not Romain. Mofta should be fine, because Mofta was in front of Ebersol.
Need to rephrase. When I said they were both out, I did not mean Mofta. I meant DeFlamer and I meant Ebersol. Apologies on that. So, everybody's waving around. We're going to get caught back up. And this is probably going to give us 8 minutes. And you know what? Ooh. Where is... This might have put the nail in the coffin for Romain.
Yeah.
He pitted under green, and everyone can pit. Well, I think the pits are closed since they're using the iRacing
Yeah, pits are close until the
caution
next
system.
lap.
Pits, yeah, okay.
But,
So they,
I mean, this caution might give everybody enough fuel.
I would be kicking myself if I'm Romain. I mean, we'll never know.
You can never know when it's going to happen.
Yeah. It's the best part about racing.
And let's see where he
Change
is
it in an
compared
instant.
to the leaders. Is if they get all checked up enough, he'd be fine. He's here in 7th. Leader is all the way. Where is this on the track, Josh? This is the last turn? Yeah, that's the last.
Penultimate corner, yes, sir.
That is the
GTPs are
last
staying
turn,
out.
And Reto is. He's not too far back.
Pits are closed right now. So the air temp is a nice 69 degrees. Track temp is 80. Chilly day in Spielberg in Austria. So we'll wait to see what's going to happen.
We've got nothing.
Remaining
from
11
race
minutes or
control
so.
yet.
Kreutzer pits in the 77. So I think this is the first time that the pits were open. And this is actually a brilliant move for him. If the pits are open now and he does this first opportunity and then everyone comes in, who knows? The man from Illinois might be looking good. We're just trying to identify everything here. It's always a fascinating system with multi-class, Bryan, and the way that iRacing handles these.
Yeah.
We're going green. Okay, Ray Kingsbury race control. We are going green this time by. So not okay. You know what's interesting? I don't think he'll have enough time, but Klaus will, I feel, rip through this GT3 field on brand new tires compared to these guys on worn tires. And we don't know if they still have to save fuel. So
look at where
don't
he
go
is.
away,
He's
everyone.
He's sixth in class right now, so just keep an eye on that number. See what happens.
Just under 10 minutes left to go at the 10-turn, 2.68 mile Red Bull Ring in Austria, in the Styrian Mountains. We just await. Thomas Siros is going past. Oh, he's a lap down, but he's trying. He's going an EOL. Okay, we're figuring it out as we go. Is he trying to get by the GTPs?
Lights are out on the safety car.
This is interesting. Okay. He is dispatched of all those cars. So what? Steve Baker's confused. What are we doing? Okay. He's going to go by the safety car.
Interesting.
The problem is, he's not getting far ahead of them. So these guys are going to instantly run into him. All right. The field is in the hands at the sharp end by J.D. Daniels, Steve Baker, Nathan Ray, Cody Cosgrove, Daniel Smith. No green. It's been waved off. Understandably so. You've got Soros straight away ahead of these guys. So, no green.
Is the safety car going to come right back out?
Safety car lights are off. I'm not sure if the safety car is coming through pit. Oh, it was the sim that did it. You know what it did? I think because Siros confused the system. Yep. We are still under yellow. As race control have them in my ears.
Yeah, safety car
as
came
well.
right back out. Oh, they got to slow up. JD, where's JD? Okay, JD Daniel got right back behind it.
Interesting. Apologies for the silence here, everyone. We're just trying to keep in touch and hear what race control has to say regarding all this because, yeah, this is caused.
Are they talking
caused
about
by
the scanner?
They are, yes, sir.
Okay.
Was hearing Ray Kingsbury talk about how Siros passed with the wave around, and it triggered an auto yellow from the sim. They pressed no buttons.
Yeah.
So We're going green this time. Lights are back out atop the Porsche safety car. It's let's call it 7 minutes left. Now we won't have any issues.
That's an unfortunate way to burn 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And if I am Romain and his teammate Thomas, I'm pissed. You just made me run an extra lap, and now the GT3s might not need to pit again.
He is way back in traffic, and that's what sucks.
Yeah.
He was up front, leading this race comfortably. But you never know in racing, like we talked about. It can change at the drop of a hat, flip of a coin, whatever phrase you want to use. And now we are going to go back green with 6.5 minutes left to go in Spielberg. We've got 2 cars trying to catch the tail end of the field with Siros and Dubois. Daniel leads Baker, leads Ray, leads Cosgrove and Smith in GTP, 5 of the 7 still left. Fanning leads Youngwall, leads Lambert, Kingsbury, and Rivas. Rivas leads in the AM class over Moftah after Moftah's championship rival Ebersol crashed a few moments ago. As we get ready to go back green, here in Spielberg, just under 6 minutes left to go. Steve Baker very anxious to get rolling. We go back green. Daniel leads Baker to turn 1. Then it's Ray, Cosgrove, and Smith. No position changes there. Fanning's got a couple car lengths over Youngwall into turn number 1. Lambert, Kingsbury. Majori Banks to the inside. Rivas in turn 1 takes the spot, and Moftah loves this. A couple car lengths between those guys. Battling for the AM class honors there. Ray battling Cosgrove. Ray loses the spot. Around is Baker at the top of the hill in the 2 from the 2nd spot. He loops it back on track.
He's got to get moving.
Fanning.
Those GT3s are coming real quick. There's a bigger incident.
It's Cosgrove. Massive crash for Cosgrove. Holds the brakes. Are we under yellow again? No yellow.
He got
they
that car
touched.
off the track.
Nathan Ray and Cosgrove touched. If you can roll it back to see, that was a huge hit. That was a weird one. As Cosgrove was all crossed up, and so did Kreutzer crash. Kreutzer slams into Cartwright in the 355. 3 cars have crashed at the bottom of the hill.
All right, so let's go back and find the Cosgrove one. There's Cosgrove.
Wow.
They touch. Cosgrove into the wall. That car's done. Goodbye. Wheels off. Holds the brakes. Car stops. He gets the car off the track and then just disconnects. And then Kreutzer and Cartwright. Those are the 2 that hit each other. Let's see. Oh.
Yeah, huge hit for Kreutzer.
Oh.
Ping pong so many times.
And we'll go back live.
All right. So Daniel leads by 3 seconds over Nathan Ray. Then it's Daniel Smith and Baker in 4th. What could have been? Kicking himself there. We've lost Cosgrove, so we have 4
who's
GTPs
off the track there?
left.
Daniel Miglin off the track, spun the car. He's getting going again.
Incident under investigation with Klaus Kreutzer there in the 77. Now, Rivas has a decent gap over Moftah. Looking at timing, it's about a second. Fanning and Lambert, half a second between them. I don't suspect there's going to be chaos between teammates, but who knows? Majori Banks and Kingsbury dueling. Lambert trying to play rear gunner to Youngwall in the Mercedes-Benz. And Klaus Kreutzer got penalized for contact as Youngwall slides it in the Mercedes.
Oh no, we'll have to go look at that after the race. We only got the tail end of it. I just saw a car flying and just slamming into another one, so we'll have to take a look back later.
It's Kingsbury defending from Majori Banks. Fanning and Lambert. Lambert slides it. Youngwall again slippery through the corner. Apologies, I was on replay. I promise I played something. Fanning still leads. Lambert, Youngwall. My brain is all frazzled right now. This has been a crazy race. 2.5 minutes left.
What happened with Rateau? He is being investigated from lap 35.
Daniel Miglin.
Incident with Miglin?
Did he turn Miglin? Okay. I'll tell you what, I'll take a look off monitor if you can keep an eye on this stuff. because I will see what had happened between these guys in turn 1. Oh, it was turn 1. Rateau looked to the inside. Miglin was beginning to do that. They were 3 wide in the corner, and Rateau's getting penalized for that. He turned Miglin. No penalty confirmed, but just from the outset, I think that's going to be a penalty for Rateau. The day's gone from bad to worse for the Frenchman, Bryan.
Unfortunate.
JD Daniel continues to lead. Minute 37. This should be 2 to go. We'll see what Barney does on the flag stand in a few moments' time. We are still green. No white flag just yet. He's got 4 seconds over Nathan Ray. Fanning's got half a second over Lambert. Rivas has a second over Mofta. So the battles for the leads have subsided for the moment. I don't suspect it'll get too crazy, but I also think, knowing Lambert and the way he drives over the past 15, 16 years I've known him, he's not going to be happy with second. He's going to push for the win. We'll just have to see. Racing incident between Romain and Miglin.
I'll take getting away with one.
All right. We'll still have to take a look at that Kreutzer incident because that was questionable. He got sent from what I saw, but again, I missed
just noticed this has been a race of attrition. It's been a good one, but we've lost 30% of the field due to accident.
It's impressive in not a good way, I don't think so.
We've got Klaus Kreutzer, Jeff Cartwright, Zach Goddard, John Ebersol, Travis DeFlumer, Tyler Cato, Joseph Pascucci, Jason Lynn, Christopher Hill, Damon Mitchell, Josh. You know what I noticed reading all of those names? That is all the Chrome cars. They blinded everybody. They got hit. Maybe
take the white flag.
Maybe the TWRS team can tone down the Chrome.
I believe we're on the white flag as time is going to expire here shortly. Barney throws the white flag. JD Daniel is on his way to do something, Bryan, that nobody has done this season in the SimCAR Grand Am Series. He leads and potentially will win ahead of Nathan Ray. And Nathan's day has gone from horrible to kind of okay with damage limitation as Steve Baker looped it. And there's an incident with Miglin and Edgel being investigated on lap 37, so we must have missed that one. Apologies for that. As the battle calm between the two Silverback Racing teammates. I might have spoken too soon. Lambert and Fanning dueling away with Youngwall behind him as we focus on JD Daniel for the moment. Now we head to the GT3 battle. And Lambert will have a huge run into turn number 3. He is miles behind his teammate. No dice yet. For JD Daniel.
Last turn.
And he will do something that nobody's done so far this season. Daniel victorious, beating Nathan Ray and ending the stranglehold, winning in GTP and winning overall at the Red Bull Ring in Austria. Ray in second. Then it'll be Daniel Smith, Steve Baker in fourth. We head still back to the GT3s. Fanning leads, Lambert leads Youngwall for the GT3 Pro and the GT3 overall. It has been. If I was Kevin Fanning, I'd be really confused as to what happened to Romain Rateau with that pit stop. And Lambert has one last-ditch effort. I don't think he'll be able to make a move from that far back on his teammate, nor would he.
We gotta ask him if that.
It's Youngwall into the final corner, trying to make a move on one of the Corvettes. Huge run for Youngwall, but it's going to be Fanning winning in GT3 Pro. Lambert and Youngwall on the podium. Jory Banks comes home fourth. Rivas will win 2 in a row in the AM subclass. With Kingsbury, Mofta, Siros, as Forrest, Garcia, Miglin, Lunan, Edgel, Sohn, Sussy, Dubois, 21st and last. Like you mentioned, a third of the field eliminated due to the attrition tonight in Austria. Oh, Majoribanks not happy with Kingsbury after the checkered flag. He ran into the back of the 21 and flashed his lights.
Oh yeah, he's gonna bumper all in all.
That was something, Bryan. JD Daniel burns it down in that beautiful purple GTP. Bryan, you want to take a look at the results real quick?
Yeah, sure. Pull them up.
All you, my friend.
All right. GTP results. JD Daniel, Nathan Ray, Daniel Smith on the podium, Steve Baker, Cody Crossgrove, Zach Goddard, and Christopher Hill rounding out the top 7. Christopher Hill, his computer died, but he had a new one delivered during the practice, so he should be good to go for next week. In the GT3 Pro, we got Kevin Fanning, Brandon Lambert, Christian Youngwall, John Majori Banks, Matt Kingsbury, Romain Rateau, Kieran Forrest, and Damon Mitchell. In GT3 AM, Miguel Rivas, Marwan Mafta, Thomas Siros, Daniel Miglin, Chris Lunan, Rob Edgel, good finish for Lunan's top 6, nice. Byron Son, Josh Sussy, Eric Dubois, Klaus Kreutzer, Jeff Cartwright. There we go. John Ebersol, Dave Flumer, and Travis De Flumer, and Joseph Piscucci, and Jason Seelin, rounding out the table.
As I'm just trying to see and take a look here as to who we have for post-race interviews. I just want to again applaud you with these drone shots with the controller. Absolutely beautiful with what we're watching. And are you ready for some interviews?
Not quite.
That's totally fine. The gorgeous statue of the bull, obviously, as Red Bull own the Red Bull ring. We've got a couple guys in the media pen awaiting us, JD Daniel and Kevin Fanning. We wait also for Miguel Rivas, 2 in a row tonight here in Spielberg. As just a reminder, like and subscribe, like the stream to the Automotive Sports Network, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, Dark Web, wherever. ASN TV USA, ASNTVUSA.com. Are you ready for some interviews now? We got Kevin Fanning. I'm going to move him up here.
Interviews now, yeah.
All right. You moved him without even me having to do it. Kevin Fanning, it's Josh and Bryan in the booth. You got us?
Hi, guys. How are you?
I thought I had you. I think I have you now. I think I can hear you. All right. So, this race, my friend, absolutely chaos. You're battling with Lambert all race. You had a great battle with Romain. Romain pits, and we're clueless as to why he did. I guess talk me through your race. Talk me through the attrition that we saw tonight.
Yeah, I saw Romain. He missed the last pit before the final lap. So that's when Brandon and I had pitted. So I just feel bad for Romain. He had a lot of pace tonight, a lot of fun battling with Brandon and Christian and Matt. So it was a great race.
As I guess we saw a lot of guys getting slip slidey over the curbs, clipping the inside curbs and spinning and crashing. Talk me through this track with these cars because it seemed ruthless out there.
Cold tires were very tough the first couple laps. Once they get warmed up, it's okay. I noticed Christian was losing a lot in the S's on the back half of the track towards the end of the race. My car felt great all race. Didn't really have too much of an issue. Brandon, I think, also was in good shape. So I don't know if it was just tire wear or what it was, but
For sure. Alrighty, my friend. Anyone you'd like to thank for the victory tonight?
just Brandon and Marwan, my teammates, and especially Brandon, just rear gunning it for me the last couple laps on Christian. I appreciate it.
Alrighty, my friend. We'll see you next week in Zandvoort.
Take care.
Alrighty. We're doing this a little bit backwards. We have Miguel Rivas now. He wasn't in there yet.
All
so
right,
let's head to Miguel. No worries. I got Miguel in here. Miguel, can you hear us?
There you go.
Yeah, perfectly. Thank you, Bryan.
Alrighty, my
for
friend.
having me.
Not a problem, my friend. I I just asked Kevin, and it seems not original to ask the same question. We looked at the results, and there were 32 cars that ran, and there were 21 that finished. A third of them crashed or had issues. And Kevin said there were cold tires. It was crazy from our point of view. Talk me through your race.
Yeah, so I started really good, but I'm starting messing with a new UI during the race, and I have like crazy starters, and that made me lose like 2 positions. Then with the safety car, I was super lucky, so I can put the fuel for the whole race, even a little bit more to push at the end. And yeah, it was weird for me because during the whole week in IMSA and GT3, I lost my A license and I almost lost my B license. So yeah, I was not hoping this result, be honest with you. A lot of off track and yeah, with turbo cars here are meta. So yeah, during the week I was a sitting dog in the Mustang, but it was a good result overall. Thank you.
Not a problem, my friend. Anyone would like to thank for the victory tonight?
Yeah, the team keep doing a great job. All of you guys that working here is a really fun race to drive. I'm looking forward every week for this. So yeah, thanks to you.
Awesome. Good win. We'll see you next week in Zandvoort.
Okay, see you guys. Bye.
And the man of the hour, who isn't named Nathan Ray, but won a GTP race, it's JD Daniel. JD, it's Josh and Bryan in the booth. You got us?
Yep, I got you guys loud and clear.
I want to know from the driver's seat of the GTP car how crazy that was. And if I'm not mistaken, with that second full course yellow, you snuck the lead through the pit strategy, unless I'm hallucinating, and then you took it and took the win. And then you had I think Baker, apologies, words are slipping. Baker was under your rear wing, spun, and the next thing you know, you're just unchallenged, really. Talk me through your race.
Yeah, it was a surprise to be sure. I don't like Red Bull Ring to begin with, so I was pleased to qualify in the top three. But yeah, under that, I think it was that first caution. Yeah, I decided to not take tires and just filled up with fuel. And yeah, I jumped Nathan and Steve in the pits. And the next caution after that restart, I definitely didn't want to see because I knew that'd bring everyone right back to me. But yeah, just luck of the draw and managed to navigate traffic safely. I was going to be a little bit tight on fuel, but I was able to make it work, and it all worked out in the end. I'm over the moon.
I guess what's the thought process before that final yellow ended? And you guys have the lights out on the safety car, and you're cruising. You're expecting to go green. You're in the mindset of defending, and Thomas Siros flies by. Next thing you know, the sim turns the lights back on, and you have to wait another lap. What's the feeling of, oh, I thought we were going green, just kidding, and then go from there?
It really wasn't that big of a jolt for me. I was ready to go, but then yeah, when the sim threw the additional yellow, I mean the admin's race control's done a fantastic job all season saying follow iRacing's instructions. So I just did that, kept the pace speed, let the pace car go back by. But I was actually relieved because that just meant I had to hold off Steve and Nathan and everyone else behind me a little bit less long. So I actually kind of welcomed it, and we were all going to be in the same boat with cooling down tires, so then it'd just be a quick sprint to the finish.
That's fair. Alrighty, my friend. Like I said, you're the only man to win so far at GTP, not named Nathan Ray. So I want to ask, who would you like to thank for the result tonight?
I'd like to thank all the guys at Pax Oceani, Roof Chief, Javecki Agency, Aaron Paris Design Lab, and I also want to thank Thumbs for being my mentor in GTPs through this season. It's been really helpful for me to get used to this class of car. I've been driving GT3s for too long, and I'm excited for this new challenge. And also, finally, I'd like to thank you guys and all race control and admins for putting this together for all of us. It's a whole bunch of fun.
Absolutely, my friend. It's always fun watching these races unfold. Pleasure to be here, and great win tonight. We'll see you next week in Zandvoort.
Yep, sounds good. Take care, guys.
You too. Well, Bryan, that was our post-race interviews. You want to take a second look at results or programming notes, or what do you want to do? All yours.
Let's hit points. I did them while we were doing that, so let's hit points.
Excellent. Drivers' Championship.
GTP.
Nathan Ray. I was working on it. Words are hard. 207, 186, Christopher Hill 170. JD Daniel only has to win every single race, and Nathan Ray has to finish probably worse than second. But we'll just have to wait and see. Chris Hill, Baker, and Smith are tied. Rogers, Goddard, Johnston, Crosgrove, Shorter at the top 10 in GTP. And in GT3 overall.
Nope, I got GT3 and first.
That's okay. We'll go through this. Mofta and Ebersol. Despite Ebersol's incident, I think they have a drop week. Apologies for not being 100% sure.
They have a drop week. It's not applied right now in the points. They haven't applied it on their website, so I haven't applied it here yet.
So that crash really hurt Ebersol. So decent points gap down. Is that 15? Is that 16 down? Rivas, Sohn, Miglin, Sussy, Edgel, Williams, Dubois, and Lynn, the top 10 in AM. Let's take a look at the overall GT3 points.
A lot more movement here.
We've got Kingsbury, Rateau, Fanning, Mofta, Ebersol. They go up and down 1 respectively. Youngwall up 3, Rivas up 1, Miglin down 2, Lambert up 1, Rubeck down 3. He did not race this evening for Summit Sim Racing. Let's take a look at some programming notes before we say goodnight on the Automotive Sports Network. And don't forget that our next show will be the opening round of the 35th season of the NASA Rallycross World Championship. It's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern on Saturday from Daytona in Florida. You'll have Bryan Sawyer, myself, Josh Mertz for that. The NASA Rallycross Lights World Championship will be on Sunday the 21st, week 2 at Charlotte, 9 p.m. Eastern. Preempting that will be NASA Rallycross Futures. For ASN Plus subscribers, I haven't figured out the logistics yet, but you might get I guess you can call it a Mertz cast of Futures. We haven't figured it out yet, but if you want to subscribe to that,
God bless all the
it'll
people
be there.
watching your ADHD clip.
Just watch a 2013 NASA race, and it's basically the same thing. It's a good time. I haven't decided if it's live or delayed yet. We'll figure that out. But if you want to race with us, NASASimRacing.com, that's the split for you. If you're brand new, you just bought a rig, whatever it may be. NASA Rallycross Contenders on Monday the 22nd at Charlotte, 9 p.m. Eastern. You'll have Justin Robichaux and Bryan Sawyer for that. For Lights, forgot to mention Bryan and Josh Darnell for that on Sunday. And our next round for the SimCAR Grand Am Series will be next Thursday at Zandvoort at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Just want to go over a couple of programming notes before we say, sponsor plugs, rather, words are hard, before we say goodnight on the Automotive Sports Network. I have lost my script, Bryan Sawyer, so give me apparently 2 seconds here to pull it up. I don't know where it went. Welcome to live production. I still haven't found it. So, do you want to handle this one?
I don't have it
good.
Either.
We're really good at our jobs, and I don't know where it went. I'm just going to blame the crazy rig scenario. Found it. Alrighty. So, 2025 Drivers' Championship proudly presented by Penguin RC Simulation, as it is trusted by racers for their unbeatable support, rock-solid product guarantees, and high-performance sim gear. When you want equipment you can rely on lap after lap, Penguin RC Simulation delivers every time. SimCAR is proud to race alongside Too Fast Racing, a massive sim community built on the high-octane world of Beam NG drag racing, now taking on iRacing with over 14,000 members. From the drag strip to the curves at SimCAR, Too Fast Racing is where speed lives. Lambert Designs is the official graphic sponsor for SimCAR. From promotional materials to custom paint liveries, Lambert Designs has it all. For more information, join the SimCAR Discord and contact Brandon Lambert. And finally, the fight for the team's championship in each class brought to you by Mr. Patches. Makers of custom patches that let you wear your racing pride. And this season, they're putting $50 on the line for each class's winning team. From the track to your jacket, Mr. Patches has you covered. All right, Bryan, we've gone over programming notes, results, sponsor plugs. Give me a final thought, and we will wrap this one up.
I'm proud of you tonight for rocking this setup.
Oh, yep. If anybody's still here, that's what we've been dealing with today.
Not
and
bad.
Give me an
Just gotta
excuse
get
for losing my script.
Got to get you a plug-in mic, and we can go on the road anywhere. But track provided a lot of great racing. Super fun. There was really never a dull moment. I mean, we went to break, and they were still nose to tail for the whole time. We came back. They're going crazy. It was awesome. Never have a bad time here. So excited for the rest of the series. Zandvoort is next week. Not my best or favorite track, but the rest of the schedule is looking spicy.
I'm not entirely sure how these cars are going to react on Zandvoort, like I kind of alluded to earlier on. It's a very tight track, very technical. It's going to be super awesome to see. Just want to thank Andrew Cardinale IV again for Whiplash SimCams, providing the camera shots for this entire season, no matter what it is on ASN. Facebook.com/WSimCams. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to ASN on all the social media platforms and ring the bell to be notified of our live streams weekly, ASNTVUSA.com. The checkered flag falls on the evening here in Spielberg. On behalf of our entire production staff, producer Bryan Sawyer, my name is Josh Mertz. We thank you for joining us for tonight in Spielberg. We congratulate JD Daniel, Kevin Fanning, and Miguel Rivas. Be sure to join us Saturday for NASA Rallycross. Until then, so long, everyone.